And even when you frequently visited MSA whilst you were at Yundum Barracks?
Time bo hamne yange dem tusu si barracks bi.
It is clear that the mechanics
leer na len mechanic bi.
Mechanics.
The mechanic. Fita bi.
Fita
Kati automotive.
Fita.
Fita. French. Yes.
They were army officials.
Fita army officers lañ won.
It was a trend at MSA to recruit army personnel.
Bobu dafa nek ci anami MSA ñu dugal recruit army officers yi di len di dugal pour ñu liggéey.
Yes or no?
Na lolu am na nda amul.
Moy li ma la man MSA before lu ma si wax dama la fenal because of I was not there ata xawma son lan la gaay doon liggéey ak naka gaay doon liggéey whatever lu ma la wax dama la fenal te bu ma la fenal before mënu ma la wax dara si MSA.
Okay, that's fine. I will allow us to move on. I'm sure the members will pick up the fight. Now, the day you went, yes, Honorable Chair, your mic. Your mic. It is not clear, Honorable, but we will circle back always.
No, you know, the statement is here. So what he said in the statement, in 2019.
He departed from that position in the last session.
So, but how can you put something on paper and then you depart from it?
Well, I
put it from what you put on paper.
What come on for? Understand my point, boy. Namo ko read Madiga.
You are the one who put this statement.
What?
Are you standing by this statement, or you are departing from this and coming up with another story?
Whatever look for neka mako.
If at all your conversation will be from English to Wolof, then the interpreter needs to be given.
Because I don't want.
That's fine. That's
exactly,
fine.
Which is,
That's
I'm,
fine.
I'm
Speak in the language that you're comfortable with. I'm just saying.
Avoiding.
Interpreter needs to come in.
What we're going to agree now is to make the progressive hearing is to completely allow you to exhaust your questions and all my colleagues to take a note of any issue that comes to their mind. When we are done, as we work through it, then we'll play our turn and then you will clarifications.
Very well. Very well. All right. So you got to MSA. And it was Mr. Yahya Jammeh who was in charge, right?
Yes.
Did he give you any documents?
No.
Did he show you around?
No. Sorry.
Whether he showed you around?
I think let's try to let him use it on wall. I don't want that.
That's fine.
Yeah, because
that's fine.
I'm overlap.
When you got to the MSA,
to
report on your first day,
were you
given any documents by Mr. Yahya Jammeh who you found there?
Yahya Jammeh jox na la kayit ki nga fa fekk jox na la any kayit boo xam ne wone na la ne foofu nga war a liggéey.
No, I did not say that latter part. My
jox na la any kayit
document.
All
right.
No.
Did he show you around the premises?
Bi nga demee foofu jël na la yóbbu la wone na la si biir liggéey place MSA liggéey kaay bi. No.
Did anybody give you any sort of induction or introduction to the place?
Ndax nit yóbbu na la o nit téye na la di la yóbbu di la wone si biir place bi ne yow foofu nga nekka léegi foofu.
Waaw mooy li ma la wax rek may leen ne Seydi Ba moo fa ñëw moo ma doon won place yi comme fii moto Yahya Jammeh yi nekk ak moto yi nga xam ne government vehicles la ak fi tractor yi nekk si lañ dem round mu maa woon moto yi naka lañ leen paake.
Okay, it was Seneba who took him around to show him where the vehicles are and how they were there.
So it was only Sediba, and did Sediba come on the day you reported?
Seneba ñëwoon na foofu de bi nga demee foofu pour commencer foofu liggéey. MSA.
su ma fàttewutee
bés
ñëwul
bi nga fa demee ndax Seneba ñëwoon na bés boobu.
su ma fàttewutee ñëwul bés boobu de.
He didn't appear.
foog naa ne 1 week after si la fa ñëw pour wàññi place bi man ak PIU yi.
Seneba appeared 1 week after he went to MSA.
So 1 week after. So after, did anybody tell you what your role was actually?
Ndax kenn wax na la ne yow li nga war a def foofu noonu mu leer si yow.
man li ma Seydiba wax mooy.
What Seneba told him was.
bi ma joxee category of bi ma wonee moto yi ba woon ma moto fi Yahya Jammeh mu government yi ak tractor yi li ma wax mooy da ngeen fee nekk ngeen tekkee bagage yi because Jagne commission dañ ko war a hand over inventory bi because dafa war a isi evaluator.
Okay. He said when he went there and Seneba came, the vehicle controller identified to him vehicles that belonged to the former president, government vehicles and tractors, and advised them to take care of them because Jagne Commission should be giving inventories of those vehicles at MSA.
Okay, so from what I've heard, it seems as if on your first day you reported and you just sat down. That's all you did, correct?
Moom li mun a wax daal mooy bi nga demee MSA sax bés bu njëkk bi da nga dem rek toog.
waaw
dégg la ndax
dëgg la.
So you were not given any documents to show you what assets or what vehicles were on the ground in the compound?
mu ne joxuñ la benn kayit wone ne moto yi ñoo nekk si biir MSA foofu.
déedéet jox ma benn kayit dañ ma brief rek waaye jox ma kayit.
They didn't do any of such.
And when you say they briefed me, actually, can you interpret that to the length of it? Because he said they did not say anything, but they just briefed.
Ne bi nga demee liggéey foofu noonu first day bi dañ la brief on dañ la yëgal.
No, it's fine. What the witness said is that he was just briefed. He was not given any documentation.
Yeah.
All right. And when you say you were just briefed, do you mean that conversation you had with Seniba? Is that what you're referring to as the briefing?
Ne sa wax bi ak Seniba moom loolu rek a nekk loo xam ne yow wax nga nit koo xam ne mun na la wane na la place boobu noonu ak li nga def.
Wow.
Said yes.
Okay, I would just ask that perhaps if you could, if the interpreter could just speak to the mic a bit louder. The technical team would wish that your voice is a bit more audible.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice. All right.
What was the state of MSA when you first assumed responsibility?
MSA naka la meloon bi nga demee foofu sa bés bu njëkk bi.
Anyway, bari na moto, bari na tractors, bari na bagage si biir.
There are a lot of vehicles and tractors and a lot of other implements.
There were some reports of unauthorized entries. How were they addressed?
mu ne amoon na jotoon nañ si xibaar yoo xam ne si biir MSA dafa am ñoo xam ne dañ fa dee mën a dugga te joxuñ leen kaddu pour ñu dugga fa.
dañ fa dee mën a dugga si ban fànn understand ma foofu.
dañ fa dee dugga MSA foofu ay nit ñoo xam ne dañ faa dugga dañ fa dee dugga te amuñ autorité.
ay nit ñoo jógee si biti pour dugga fa wala sorry ay nit ñoo jógee si biti pour dugga fa wala dafa am ñuy ñëw foofu pour yaaxa because of si suma testimony si suma statement maa ngi binda ma ne time boobu nit ñi dañ fa daan dugga pour yaaxa lii moo ñu waran pour ñu dem fa pour safeguard xam nga ne point boobu wax I don't know.
He said from his initial statement there were people who were going there to cause destruction. He wants clarification. If you are referring to that situation, then.
Yes.
mu ne waaw.
waa loolu am na.
That was happening.
loolu moo tax ñu dem fa ak PIA pour secure place bi.
That was why they went there with the PIU to secure the place.
So my question is how it was addressed.
How?
There was insecurity in the compound. How was that insecurity addressed, apart from the deployment of himself and the PIU officers? How did they address that insecurity issue?
Ñaaka security boobu nangeen ko defee ak nangeen ko xeexee ba mu mën a jéena foofu.
ñaaka sécurité bi fa nekkoon.
foofu amoon na insecurity foofu amutoon security boo xam ne taxawoon na.
man bi ma faa dem gisuma fa sécurité.
di gisuloo fa security.
gisuma fa sécurité.
ban anam ak ban doole ngeen mën a use jamono boobu noonu.
Sir, excuse me, Mr. Interpreter. I don't do it. Anyway, let me ask the question in a very simple light. Where were the PIU stationed?
Ne PIU bi fan lañ nekkoon.
time bi fa nekkoon foo ñi si bunta bi ñaar ñi si biir.
When he was there, 4 was at the door, 2 were inside.
ak man suma boobu.
That's also.
ak man suma boobu.
Ak yow.
waa si biir waaw.
Plus himself.
Were there any other officers from the army?
Ndax foofu amoon na yeneen liggéeykat yoo xam ne si soldaar yi lañ jógee woon.
comme pour sécurité bi wala.
ñoo xam ne ñëw nañ foofu di fa liggéey ak yow.
sécurité bi.
waaw.
boobu li ma mën a réaliser man maa fa nekkoon ak Wiye Suso.
ak.
Wiye Suso one auto Suso. Wiye Suso.
Wiye so.
Wiye Suso. Wiye Suso is a serving member.
Wiye Suso moom fan laa liggéey. soldaar la ndax
soldaar la mi ngi séerans ba léegi. ñu ñoo fa nekkoon waaye moom nekko fa woon frequently. dafa ñëw di dem. at times su ñëwee complete 1 week at times du ñëw for 2 days 3 days.
He was there with Wiye Suso, but he was not very frequent. He was going and coming from time to time.
But Mr. Suso was also attached to the MSA.
Mu ne Mr. Suso tam moom si MSA lañ ko attach on foofu.
Wow.
Yes.
Was it Lamin Suso?
Lamin Wiye Suso, right.
Okay.
Sorry, you have to
Please interpret that.
sorry da nga am ñaari Suso.
I said, was it Lamin Suso?
You have
When
two
I-
Lamin
Suso.
Suso. I don't know which I refer you. Da nga am ñaari Lamin
You
Suso.
have to wait for the interpretation.
Okay.
Was it Lamin Suso?
Nda Lamin Suso la woon.
loolu dafa am ñaari Lamin Suso bu fa nekkoon keneen ki Lamin Suso soldat la keneen ki Lamin Suso civilian la moom xamu ba Lamin Suso la moo laajte.
There were 2 Lamin Susos. One was a security and the other one was a civilian.
waaye man ki ma fa nekkaloon soldat la mooy Lamin Sisi mooy Lamin Suso soldat.
The Lamin Suso he was with was a soldier.
Was it only the two of you that were soldiers at the time?
mu ne ndax yéen ñaar rek a fa nekkoon ñu nekk soldat.
waaw ñun ñaar fa nekkoon soldat.
Yes, only two of them were soldiers.
And the PIU were under your command?
PIU yi si sa commande lañ nekkoon.
Yeah, mu ñoo nekk si suma command because of seen commissioner baa fa because du mooy def dara without ñu wax ak command ñu wax ak PIU bi so ñoom du mooy nekk si suma under.
PIU were not under his command, they were under the command of their commander. And they would only talk to their commander to communicate with his officers. They were not under his command.
Between yourself and Lamin Suso, who was the senior?
Mune Yahya Lamin Suso kana nekon boss.
More senior.
More senior. Lamin is more senior than him.
And was Mr. Dabo stationed at the MSA?
Nenda Mr. Dabo mo MSA lenko station, no?
There is.
No.
Did you and Mr. Suso have to get back to your commander, Mr. Seth Njai, for any decision you needed to take?
Nenda Yahya Suso dangena wahaten commander.
Seth Njai.
Seth Njai balangena muna jël any decision
at MSA.
At MSA past before.
They won't see mon pour jël command because without a fact stuff la.
Ngane?
Mané duñ dem si mon pour explain ko wala jël si mon command.
So they don't go to either take command from him.
The one lolu moy
Mr. Dawa.
Already this commissioner Dawa is a commissioner. Then Seriba also senior man la te ñom ñoo take over Kutu ñun dañ fa nekk as security. Then the premise bi okay one li ma explain mooy
interpret that. Interpret that. I think the best model is whatever he says, just say it the way he said it. Don't narrate. Just verbatim, whatever he says.
All right.
What I'm saying is, take that.
What he is saying is...
Not what he's saying, what I am saying. Just say exactly what he says, so that we move faster. We need to move faster.
What I am saying...
Dundan dem di report si sun commander bi.
They don't take orders. We don't take orders from the commanders.
Because the commander moy MSA then ko joxon Dabo mo nekkon directly in charge. Ñu dañ fa nekkon rek as a security.
MSA was given directly to Dabo and you were there to assist him.
Ñun dañ fa nekk ak PIU pour security because lu gën ak lu duga mom moko decide.
We were there with PIU and all security decisions comes from Dabo.
Motax lu nekk Dabo la ndé waxal mom moy joxe order bayle moto bi jëlé moto bi ni.
That's why we talk to Dabo to give us directives as to which vehicle to take or what to do.
So then that means Mr. Dabo had the inventory.
So dafa melni Mr. Dabo mo amé kayti wo xamné mo varam faté moto yi nekk fofu.
Bobu len fogna mo Mr. Dabo ci bobu moko mëna answer because man definitely laaj yo moko inventory bi xamanda mi ko amé.
It's only Mr. Dabo who can answer that because I have never asked him about that.
The reason I ask is because you are trying to run away from responsibility.
So you say moy la laajte lolu dafa melni yow yangé daw sa warugal.
Ko man mané duma mësa daw sama warugal. Lima xam lay wax, lima fa def lay wax.
I'm not running away from my responsibility. What I know is what I am explaining.
And what you already explained to the committee before is that you were given control of MSA. And you asked that you could not do it alone. And you were assigned PIU officers.
Not commission,
SG.
SG, moy yow kena mun lo fa neka nga muna liggéey fo ñu dimbali la indi keneen foofu noonu pour nga mun a liggéeya moom.
Because dama xam ne place bi dafa rëy pour man kenn te suma rang bi mayut ma jël place boobu yëpp man kenn. So dafa am pour ko dégg mu
MSA area was too large for himself alone. That is why he requested for an additional person to work with him.
And that request was granted, correct?
ñu ne sa laajte boobu noonu joxe woon nañ ko nangu woon nañ si.
laajte bi joxe woon nañ ko in the sense ñoom bi mën a ñëw liggéey si suma onda because of ñooma senior si lañ ñëw ñu take charge man ma liggéey ak ñoom hand in glove comme as a serviceman to serviceman waaye awo nekku ne man maa in charge code.
They were they agreed to the request because those whom he requested from cannot work with him because they to work with. And the place is very large. Why he made the request.
Because that was my responsibility. Because time was someone in the major kutu, and by then I was a corporal, so I'm just going to put myself in a heavy job. Mota maneko man kena di mokuma def. So mu decide put easy PIU the senior man maliga nyom on the ground put secure place.
So at that time he made a request. He was also going to go to, and the MSA area was just too large for a single person to handle. And because they are senior personnel in the army, they had to bring somebody that he could work with, because then he was only a corporal.
Sergeant Jagne, you are taking the committee, with all due respect to you, you're taking the committee around and round and round. We have been through this issue before, where you tried to estimate your rank vis-a-vis a civilian's rank. And I said you cannot equate the two, because you are in different regiments, right? You are in different regimes. Just like you cannot equate yourself and the PIU because you are in different regimes, with all due respect, Sergeant Jagne. Right? Your regime in the army and the regime in the PIU are different. Your trainings are different. So you cannot tell this committee that they were your seniors. What we have established, and Honorable Chair, if I'm going to renege and just go back to an engagement in English so that we can make progress. Where there is confusion, we can go back to the local language. But for now, let's interact in English. You cannot tell us that. You cannot go on and tell this committee that they were your seniors when they are of a different regiment. We've been through this, and you accepted. Now you want to take us back. And I find it very distasteful on your part. It is something that we have established already, you and I, alongside the committee, that it is the state guard who protects the assets of the president. Right? Now here, when you took control of the MSA, you yourself told us the assets of the president were on the ground.
Yes.
Right?
Which is right.
And that's why the state guard were deployed. But to say that you were not in charge, it was the PIU in charge, is misleading this committee. Isn't that so?
Okay, can I come in?
Please do.
Why I say I am not in charge, that's why I said to you, let's use the language I can say better. Because if I say I'm in charge, which means all those PIU and everything was directly under me. So I was the guy who will say yes, yes, no, no. Why that wasn't happening there? Because whatever I'm supposed to do, I have to lace with those PIU, be with me, and then they can lace with the Commissioner Dabo. The Commissioner will go ahead. So automatically I cannot say I was the guy in charge. Number two, I should say I'm military personnel. These people are police or whatever. But I think we are all working under command. As you can see right now, state guard, you have a state guard commander, it's a military. But the 2IC is a police. But he's taking command from the commander.
Let me ask you a question. Where was Commissioner Dabo?
He was at PIU at Carnegie.
At PIU at Carnegie. Where was Adama Jagne?
I was at MSC.
At MSC. Who was manning the office of the custodian of MSC?
I was not always there. We are all sitting on the run at the this thing, at the ship.
So whose office was that?
It was Mr. Jagne who have office with laptop with everything. The how to call it? Those guys who came to do the evaluators.
Yahya Jammeh?
No, the evaluators people, that is Mr. Jagne and Tafa and others.
Yes.
But me, I also have office there.
So
Though I was stationed, to be frank, in the morning I come there, after closing I close. I was frequently going there.
and who are you reporting to?
Okay. I was not come like they.
Yes.
I don't report to nobody at court unless the guard I meet there.
Because you are the person they report to.
Okay.
Do you understand that?
I accept. Thank you.
No, please, if we have to do this again, I promise you all gloves are off. If you have to take me through this again, I promise you I will put you to task.
With due respect, or with due respect. That's why I said let's use the language that I can hear.
Yes, but we just established in the language apparently you cannot hear.
Yeah.
We are using the language you can hear. You are taking me through.
But you are bringing me
Go to
back.
forest.
And as I said to you, I don't want you think I'm disrespecting you or
it's fine. I know.
I'm hiding. I'm not the kind of person.
Yes.
I always give.
Well, I don't think that you are disrespectful. I think you are very respectful, but I do believe you are hiding. Yes. Yes,
but
no.
hiding doesn't even
Counsel.
so interrupt me.
Please.
Counsel, I think we have to, Mr. Jagne has been very clear here. When it comes to certain issues, Jagne will take up the responsibility. Jagne has never taken command from Mr. Dabo. According to him, when the issue of Salah came, Jagne called who? Senior. When Dabo was there. So Jagne was operating as a senior guy on the ground. And this doesn't need to be very clear.
Okay, then I will see no man. I accept. I will see no man.
Are you accepting because council and honorable member for Joshua have twisted your arms, or are you
No,
accepting?
there's nobody who forced me here.
This is your evidence.
There's nobody who forced me. They don't put rifle on my head. Because one thing I just avoid. Because you will start thinking I'm posing you or I'm hiding something or I disrespect you. No. But I will take full responsibility of that. I was a senior man.
And was that the fact?
And that's the fact. Nothing but not the fact.
All right. Thank you. Please explain your role as the officer in charge at MSC.
My role there is to secure the premises. The same time, when I was there, until Jagne Commission bring this evaluation team, they also give us tax to join the evaluation team. Can I come?
Proceed.
Okay. To join the evaluation team, myself and Nuha Job and Suso, there's another Dabo also, different from this commissioner Dabo. I cannot name all of them. We start working with those evaluators until we happen to go to worldwide.
For now, let's stick to your general role. You said to secure the premises. Like, how do you go about doing that? Of course, you have mentioned that you have programmed 4 PIU at the gate and 4
2 inside with myself.
So those are 6
Yeah,
PIU
plus myself makes
yourself
7.
and any other
Suso.
state guard
And Suso.
and Suso.
That's
8 of
one
you.
of the class 1.
All right. That was your role, okay?
Yeah.
And of course, you had explained to the committee that you were put in MSA in the first place because of the unauthorized entries. People were going into MSA and stealing parts. People were going into MSA and they are not authorized to be there, correct?
Yes.
And you came to bring sanity, to bring some control
Exactly.
in the movements in MSA, correct?
All right.
Now, once you had taken control, Did any other incidents of unauthorized entry happen?
During my time, I couldn't realize.
You did not realize it?
No.
Is that a no, or you did not
No.
realize it?
Because I don't hear it, because they don't report anything of me.
Who did not report anything to you?
The guy normally spend that day, because I never had anything being missing there.
So what about during the day? Were there any unauthorized?
During the day, I normally be with them after 4 o'clock, 5, I go home.
Okay. Let's get a feel of how MSA is. When, at the time especially, when you're coming into MSA as an official of the government, you come with your car. Is there a logbook or a register at the gate? Which a person has entered?
Can I come?
Of course.
Okay. That one, if, like for example, if when Saka was leaving, you know, that come like when you have a garage, your friend or your relative, they normally bring their vehicle to you to support them. And when Saka was leaving, those kind of vehicle was there. Somebody's property, why they are not a government property. If the ownership come and claim that I have a vehicle here, we know what ask you, do you have document of the vehicle? You say yes. We refer you to Commissioner Dabo. You took the document to Commissioner Dabo, he will confirm where the vehicle belong to you. If you confirm yes.
But how will Commissioner Dabo do that? Okay, just go on with your procedure. Sorry, my apologies.
Okay. Like if somebody come and like for example say Manma Motobini, we ask you the Amo Kreti Motobi. They say yes. And then there's a time we call Commissioner Dabo and refer the person to Commissioner Dabo. Commissioner Dabo will come across it. Then if I talk to Mom, he will just call us and say, okay, is it on a release it? There's a time we will tend to release the vehicle. But if not, nothing go out. But there was no lock seat or book or whatever.
Okay, so why did you in particular need to call Commissioner Dabo for decisions?
You know, as I was saying, if I repeat the same thing, you think then I'm just obeying you also.
No, I don't want you to obey me. I want you to give us facts.
Yeah, but
you are the commanding officer, right? Of course, there is another officer who has deployed his officers, who has deployed his own officers there, and perhaps for coordination purposes, they need to get approval from their superior who took them there,
yes.
right? But my question is with regards to yourself. Why would you be lacing with Commissioner Dabo?
Well,
one thing we have gotten on the record, you agreed and I agreed, that the PRU, their role was security. The Office of the Vehicle Controller, their role was inventory. We clarified that.
Yes.
So why are you calling Commissioner Dabo for matters of inventory?
No, those are not a government inventory. Individual vehicle, I mean. I'm not saying the government vehicle or Yahya Jammeh's vehicle.
Yes.
Individual that who took their vehicle to be maintenance before we reach there. When this change vision happened, some people already Siaka left. They come to their own personal vehicle to pick. But we don't trust whether they are the owner or not. And as far as the guy who brings this security personnel, I have to inform him to confirm. Because having been it was concerned about government vehicle or Yahya Jammeh vehicle, I could have informed Seriba. But as far as it's a personal thing, different from Yahya Jammeh property or government property, and then they are the security automatically mounted on the ground. They have to inform their commander, and then we refer the guy to the commander to confirm whether it's the owner or not. This is why I am listening with them.
But why would the commander know? How would the commander know?
Which commander?
The commander that you're asking. Commander Dabo.
Don't know what? No, I mean, you don't understand.
You know, I don't understand because you're trying to confuse us.
I don't, like, okay, for example, present, I'm in court. Right now, I'm the guy in charge as of now. And I have my mechanics there. I'm a friend to you or whatever to you. Your vehicle has a problem. You bring it to me and you know your vehicle is not a government vehicle. It's your personal one.
And you know it too.
Thank you.
And you will still accept it.
Thank you. Then when you bring it
by the way, I mean, you should not thank me for that.
Okay, then sorry for that.
Yeah.
So what I mean is, I don't understand.
I understand what you mean. what you are saying, correct me if I'm wrong, what you're saying is that this was not an issue of whether they are government vehicles or they are private vehicles. It was clear that they were private vehicles. What was not clear is who owns them, who brought them there.
Exactly.
But what is clear is that they were all brought under Jammeh's tenure.
Exactly.
That is Yahya Jammeh.
Exactly.
Correct?
Exactly.
Now, before, when people come and claim that they have such and such a car here, you confirm with Commissioner Dabo before you release the vehicle.
Right.
My question is, why Commissioner Dabo?
Why Commissioner? Because he was the very guy who brought this security there to security premises. To my own knowledge, then he's the very guy whom I should inform to clarify. That's my own point of view.
I want to just put to you whether your own point of view, does it make sense to you? Because you're asking us to take your point of view. Does it make sense to you? And if it does make sense to you, please, can you rationalize it for us?
But just as I said to you, hadn't been it was like it was a government vehicle or Yahya Jammeh vehicle or any vehicle concerned about anything.
You would have called Sediba.
I would have called Sediba.
I understand. I'm not saying that you should have called Sediba. I'm saying, why did you call Commissioner Dabo?
I called Commissioner Dabo because
Commissioner Dabo know the individuals who brought their vehicle.
because of the document. When I asked whether you have document, he said yes, I have the vehicle document.
Yes.
And then by the time the PR will call the commissioner, then the commissioner will ask the person to go to his office with the document. So after confirming,
The commissioner appoint you? Is it Commissioner Dabo who appointed you there?
it doesn't.
Somebody superior to Commissioner Dabo in public service appointed him, right? Correct?
Right?
That's just like they appointed you.
Yes.
And in fact, they appointed him, not him, sorry. They instructed him to appoint personnel to assist you. So I don't see why instructions are being sought from Commissioner Dabo in the first place. In the second place, I don't see why instructions of this nature are being sought from Commissioner Dabo, because Commissioner Dabo would not know who the owners of the vehicle are.
I get you clear now. Because before, if such a thing happened, I informed Dawda. But Dawda said to me, whatever concern about security, let's with Commissioner Dabo. This is what I need to talk to Dabo.
Who told you to liaise with Commissioner Dabo?
If such a thing happened, I was calling Dawda for that to inform him this is the situation. Because there I can record 2 people come there with their document and I refuse. But I said, let me inform this thing. Dawda for that, these civilians, they are coming for their vehicle. He said to me, an issue like that, let's with the security, that is Commissioner Dabo. Whatever advice he give it to you, do that. This is what I call Dabo.
Okay, it seems like the point is lost, so we'll move on from it. I would ask the Secretariat to show you a document. Secretariat, if you could show the witness the letter of the 20th day of November 2017. It is part of the document submitted by Mrs. Ami Bensouda in the first set, the one that says documents 1 to 8 in brackets 1, 17.
Sorry. Sorry, a minute. I don't.
Is the document before you, Sergeant? Sergeant Jan, is the document before you? Your mic, please. Put it on. You can see the document?
Yes, it's me here.
You know where this document emanated from?
No, I don't know.
Can you read the heading?
I cannot read. That's why I asked him to read it for me.
Sorry?
I cannot read. That's why I asked him to read it for me.
Okay. But you can write?
No.
So you cannot read and you cannot write?
No.
Okay, before you show him, hold on, Secretary, before you show the document. When you are endorsing documents, do you sign or do you thumbprint?
I temporary.
You thumbprint?
Yep.
Okay. Please show him the document. Do you recognize that document? It is the document that they have put before you, not any other document. You're not allowed to flip.
No, I cannot recall.
You cannot. You don't know that document
I cannot recall.
All right.
Unless they read it for me.
unless they read it for you. Okay, I will do you the honors. We are friends now, so I'll read it for you if I can get that document back. You were shown the document. Did you say you cannot recall the document or you cannot recognize it?
I cannot recognize it.
You don't recognize it?
You read it for me. Let me hear.
You didn't recognize anything about that, about the document. Do you recognize the name of the person who signed, one of the persons who signed? So you don't recognize your own name?
I'm a short-sighted. At the same time, I cannot read.
You're short-sighted. Did you bring your glasses?
Say again?
You brought your glasses?
When I'm driving, I use glasses, but when driving, not.
Okay, but when you're reading, do you use glasses?
No, I cannot read. At all or not.
All right, Honorable Chair, with your permission, I wish to read this.
Okay.
It's dated the 24th of June, 2017, and the heading is handing and taking over vehicle registration number GG0025A. And it reads, I, Adama Jagne, have handed over vehicle registration number 0025A to Mr. Kinte Momodu Lamin at Kotu Central Workshop, Saturday, 24th of June, 2017. Handed over by name, Adama Jagne, date, the 24th of June, 2017, and signed by the same. It was signed, I can see 4. If I'm being fair to the witness, I can see 4, something that resembles 4, but I'm not entirely sure. But it was signed and received by says Momodu, and I can't make out the rest, but I can assume that it's the same Momodu Kinte Lamin, and it's signed, and that signature indicates that yes, it was on the same date. It was signed on the same date. So, do you recall this?
I can't recall the people. More Kinti.
You cannot recall.
I cannot recall, to be frank.
Okay.
They handed it to me, or I handed it to them?
You handed it over to them, but we have several other documents of you being handed over documents, and you handing over documents, and you signing.
Okay. But this one I cannot recall.
Sorry, handing over vehicles. There are documents to show, to prove that the vehicles were handed over to you, or you handed over the vehicles to someone else. So do you know one Mr. Kinte Momodu?
Sorry, which kind of mark is this? The vehicle?
It doesn't say.
Okay. Mori Kinte.
Yes. Kinte Momodu Lamin.
Kinte. I couldn't recall. I only know one Kinte. This Kinte is at Abuko. You know, when going to Lamin, where they normally sold these flowers. I know only that Kinte within, but I don't think whether I have interacted with him pertaining to people issue. And that guy is working on the SIS. But all that
okay, my contention here is that you have made the allegation that you cannot read, and I am seeing several documents endorsed by you.
That's my doubt. Me, no. Me, no.
Again, I would remind you that if you're found to be misleading this committee, you will be held for contempt.
No problem.
Right?
Anything I don't, I would say I did it. But this one I cannot recall. This Kinte.
All right.
Is there any contact number?
That's besides the point. Let's move on. Who writes for you your letters?
I was with my this thing. So this is the O2.
He's the one who writes the letters for you. And then you sign.
Me, I don't sign.
You have never signed?
Some of them I signed, but some of them I don't sign them. But handing over vehicle, I couldn't record, to be frank.
Let's get this. Let's go. Lamin Suso helps you to write.
Yes.
And then you sign.
Yes, at times.
At times.
Yes.
So you sign.
Yes.
Right? With a pen, of course.
Certain people, yes.
With a pen.
Yes.
Okay. So when do you thumbprint? Mfamara Sediba, the government vehicle controller. Now, Honorable Chair, if you would bear with me, it's quite a detailed letter. Now, I've taken myself back to English. Yes. The heading is Assessment of Proposed Government Auctioning Vehicles at Kotu Central Workshop, other vehicles and materials belonging to the former president. And the letter begins. I write to inform you that my office have visited Kotu Central Workshop on Saturday, the 7th October 2017 at 10:00 hours with Deputy Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Finance, Mr. Yahya Jammeh, Director, SIU, Security, Mr. Muhammad Kante, Yahya Jammeh. Just to note, Honorable Chair, that this is the Yahya Jammeh that the witness took over from. Yes. Mot Sise, Director, AIU, Mr. Ibrahim Anjai, EN Mechanical Services, and other government civil servant attend. I'm just going to read it verbatim, and I'm going to read the errors as they are, right? So the record can take note. At Kotu Central Workshop, team meet 2 soldiers, namely Adama Jagne, mechanic, and Lamin Suso, who they said are the occupants of the workshop. Who they said are the occupant of the workshop, Honorable Chair. This is the same Sediba that the witness said he was working with. The same Sediba that said, if I repeat the sentence, the paragraph again, it's Kotu Central Workshop, team meet 2 soldiers, namely Adama Jagne, mechanic, and Lamin Suso, who they said are the occupant of the workshop. And they are mandated by His Excellency, the President, Mr. Adama Barrow, to move vehicles, repair, and reallocate to users within the government sector. The reasons and purpose of the team visit was to reassessment and confirmation that the proposed government auctioning vehicles, in brackets 255, parked at Kotu Central Workshop are all in good parking order. The auctioning vehicles were parked on 3 categories: minor, major, scrap. I believe he meant to say scrap. 31 minor repairs, 88 major repairs, 136 scraps. So I believe when he says minor repairs, he means vehicles with minor repairs. 88 vehicles with major repairs. And then that during the team visit and inspection within Central Workshop, we have discovered and noticed that some of the parked vehicles were moved from their parking space and engine removed from some vehicles and transferred to other vehicles by Mr. Adama Jagne and Lamin Suso, both soldiers at Fajara State Guard, as stated. Just to remove ambiguity, and for the witness to understand, it is Mr. Sediba who is saying, and not saying now, this was in November 2017. He said that you yourself and Mr. Lamin Suso claimed that you are in control of MSA, and you further claimed that it was the president who gave you that mandate. From Sediba's letter, thus far, it shows that he was not aware that you were there. But let's proceed. The next paragraph says, Honorable Chair, I have later discovered that 4 tractors were removed from their parking space, and Mr. Adama Jagne was confronted and he confirmed of being taken away to again, my apologies, I'm just going to read it as it is. You know, this is not me who is...
I understand.
Anyway, let me leave that point. And Adama... Okay. I'll begin again. I have later discovered that 4 tractors were removed from their parking place, and Mr. Adama Jagne was confronted and he confirmed of being taken away to Bundung at one private garage owner. My apologies. I want to blame your marabouts, but this one is definitely myself. If I could get some water, please. Confronted and he confirmed of being taken to Bundung at one private garage owner for repairs, Mr. Aliu Gay's workshop near Bundung Central Mosque on the right. Thank you. You see, your marabouts are strong, but my own marabout is besides me as well. Anyway, in seriousness, Honorable Chair, if I can proceed. Thank you. The next paragraph begins. Attachment is the sniper shot pictures taken from Kotu on vehicles, engine transfers and tractors that were moved by Mr. Jagne from Kotu workshop to Bundung. Mr. Aliu Gay private workshop. And then there's bullet points. The first bullet point is the workshop need to verify and to be found out on many parked vehicles were removed and taken away or repaired and given. I think it will be better if the members read it for themselves, because Some of it is not really audible. The auctioning vehicles that were parked and they have been tampered on, engine removed from vehicles, other taken out. Okay, there are bullet points and the vehicle controller is laying out the issues. I don't know if the chair wants me to continue. Members, you want me to continue reading or?
Well, if you think you serve the purpose,
I'm not sure whether you're understanding because there are typos and I'm.
no, for I understand. I don't know if it's more of for him to understand.
I understand what you are
You
saying.
understand? Okay,
I
that's
do
fine.
understand. And
I'm just reading. Some of it I'm not understanding myself.
Yes.
All right. 4 tractors were removed and taken away to Bundung to one private garage, Mr. Aliu Gay, just near the mosque at Nusrat Junction, Bundung. The records are now available with pictures in regards to auctioning vehicles, with pages who was contracted by Ministry of Finance and my office inventory of vehicles after the impasse at Kotu Central Workshop, 1st of March 2017, in brackets soft copy. Mr. Ibrahim Njai, EN Mechanical Services, who was contacted by the Ministry of Works dated the 8th August 2017 to assess Kotu Central Workshop on former President vehicles and machines to come up with the recommendation for its revival, are not allow entry at point into the complex by the occupants, and they are I don't know whether you are still understanding because I am not understanding what I'm saying. Okay. All right, my recommendation and suggestion are that the workshop need proper mechanics and professionals who they can handle the workshop properly with maturity. And all other items being found at the workshop should be. In addition, after the impasse, my office has make physical inventory at Kotu Central Workshop on the 1st March 2017, and following vehicles are not auctioning that were registered during Yahya Jammeh. The occupant who was later forcefully removed from the workshop by these 2 soldiers, Adama Jagne and Lamin Suso. I believe that one was very clear English. Let me even go back to the sentence and begin the sentence again. In addition, after the impasse, my office has made physical inventory at Kotu Central Workshop on the 1st of March 2017, and following vehicles not auctioning were registered during Yahya Jammeh, and the occupant who was forcefully removed from the workshop by these 2 soldiers, Adama Jagne and Lamin Suso, without any handing and taking over of the workshop. Vehicles and materials are as included in the assessment and recovery report. Okay, maybe not so clear, but we get the point. In any working space, any working place like Kotu, if there should be transfer of administration, handing and taking over notes, report is necessary for further reference, but that was not being done at Kotu Central Workshop. I respectfully submit for your information and kind attention. Signed, Seidiba. Chief Superintendent, Mfamara Seidiba, Controller of Government Vehicles. So he's also Chief Superintendent. He wears a lot of hats. What is your reaction to this letter that was authored by Mfamara Seidiba on the 20th day of November 2017? The commission hadn't even gone knee deep in its work, talk less of this committee being established. So we cannot say that we are targeting you. I've heard you've had this letter.
Okay.
What is your reaction?
Thank you. I'm so glad and grateful. I said, I'm so glad and grateful.
Before that, have you ever seen this letter before?
I never see it.
Okay.
I never
What's
said.
your reaction?
I can say all is false. And if you want to get truth, truth will come. If Seriba wanted to implicate us, everything gonna clear. I wasn't hiding, but we don't reach to that stage.
Sorry, who is bringing the truth? You said the truth will come. I don't know who is bringing it. I thought you came to bring the truth for us.
I'm coming.
Okay.
What I mean by truth is come. Is the truth.
Yes, the committee, yes.
Exactly. That's why they form it. And then that's why I'm here and I took Quran. That's why I say the truth will be seen.
So what is the truth?
This tractor he's mentioning.
First, I want you to react to the letter first. And when you say the truth is coming, I don't know, when is the truth coming? Is it coming today? In our session?
What I mean by truth is coming, I think they formed this committee for get the truth.
Yes.
That's what I'm telling you. And then if Seriba, and then not even if, he's a very guy who wrote it because you don't know me before. I don't have any interact with you before. Automatically, he's the very one who wrote it. Me, I have tangible evidence. So if he also can bring tangible evidence.
You have tangible evidence. And what is this tangible evidence?
Because we don't read to the vehicles the way they sold and the like. That's why I'm just keeping quiet until we read there.
What is it, factual evidence or documentary evidence?
These are factual evidence.
And you have documents to prove them?
Even individual, they don't die, they are alive. Those are more tangible than documents.
Which individuals did not die and they are alive?
What I mean.
Okay, I see. Maybe this was a direct translation from the local language. So that's why you lost me there. But okay, my apologies. I want to, before we speak about that specific tractor that Sediba mentioned, can you react to Sediba's allegations against you? One, you forced Mr. Yahya Jammeh out. Nobody told you to go there. Two, you are part of those who were cannibalizing the assets. And then three, the tractor that you took to Mr. Aliugay's workshop. And also maybe four other vehicles that you took away from MSA. Not just cannibalizing, you took some away. So what do you react to that?
For the cannibalized to cannibalize those government vehicles, I did it.
You cannibalized
some government vehicle.
Okay.
And I cannibalize it. If you ask me, I will tell you the way I cannibalize.
The allegation here is not government vehicles. The allegation here is vehicles that were set for auction.
Those are government vehicles.
Okay.
Those are the one parking when you get inside court.
I just need us to be clear because on your first day, your testimony was that there were two categories of vehicles. There were government vehicles and there were four
items that I mentioned here.
Okay.
I mentioned tractors. I mentioned government vehicles.
Yes.
I mentioned Yahya Jammeh vehicles, and I mentioned those items inside that store. I mentioned four, not two.
Yes, but you mentioned two categories of vehicles. Okay, well, when I say vehicles, I mean the passenger vehicles, not the tractors. There was the government one, and then there was the former president's one.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Now, when you say government one, here, which one do you mean? Because what Sediba means is that you are cannibalizing the former president's vehicles that were set for auction.
The government vehicle that they park at far right when you get inside Kotu, those are the vehicles I was cannibalizing, try to put another vehicles on road so that we can use it. That one I did it. For those government vehicles, but I don't, because the vehicle left there, No one cannot tamper because they are all working and they are all roadworthy. Including the tractors. Tractors, they are 0 mileage. They are brand new tractors. They are 0 mileage.
Okay, that's fine. But the question here is that, so you are denying what Mr. Sediba has said?
That's purely false.
It's false.
It's purely false.
Okay. All right. What about the other allegations? But first, before I go far, do you know what cannibalization is?
Cannibalization, through, as I know, cannibalize means these two vehicles, for example, this is Pajero, this is Pajero. This one, it have an incident or whatever, but the engine is okay. This one, the body is okay, but the engine is not good. You remove this engine, put it on this other one, make it on road. This I know as cannibalization.
Brilliant. You see the way we understand each other in English. Very smooth, huh? All right. So you insist that you did not cannibalize.
I did.
Let me finish. You insist that you did not cannibalize the vehicles that were meant for auctioning, but rather you only cannibalized government vehicles.
No, I'm coming. If you say so, I will come, please. Those vehicles are parking there for auction. They are government vehicles. They brought them for auction.
That's what I wanted to get.
But this
Because
other one,
you yourself had mentioned that those vehicles were being auctioned.
Yes.
But you don't know which auction.
Yes.
So as far as you are concerned, they could all of them are vehicles that were under the Jagne Commission's purview. You don't know that. You cannot confirm, you cannot deny, correct?
But as far as the way he briefed us when we were there, the same Sediba, the way he briefed us, this vehicle far left, go to the helicopter and behind. Those are the government that Minister of Finance bring for auction. But later part, auction, it doesn't happen. They park them here.
What Sediba is saying is that before he even met you, the first day he met you, he found that cannibalization had happened, you had moved vehicles. That's what Sediba is saying.
That's false.
And Sediba is not saying, he's saying that he has never briefed you.
Okay.
In fact, what he's saying is that he met you on the ground.
Okay.
And you claim to be there on the behest of His Excellency the President.
Okay, if you allow me to make things clear, because when you jump here, you do not clear. I think we come for the cannibalization, which is I accept, which is I did. I can explain to you the way I do the cannibalization. When we done for that, you shift to another one so that you can understand, because either one will get overlap again.
Okay, go ahead.
For cannibalization, I did it, which is I will never go back. Why I did it is, they recommend certain vehicles for auction, and those vehicles are not made for auction, they can still usable. What I did is, if you go to this place, Stadium and Sport Council, by then they have their own vehicle being parked to their office.
Okay, I'm sorry. You know, sometimes you say things that eat away my mind, and I just have to ask you. You said that they had identified vehicles for auctioning.
For government vehicle.
Yes, government vehicles for auctioning. But those vehicles are not meant for auctioning.
Yes.
In your estimation.
Yes.
I don't understand.
What is those people they don't make for
Let me learn. It seems like you like to give yourself work. Who told you they are not meant for auctioning? The government of the Gambia has identified vehicles for for auctioning. The government of the Gambia who employed you. Now we are coming to clarify whether they actually posted you at MSA or not. But let's say they posted you at MSA. The same government who identified those vehicles for auctioning posted you at MSA. You're telling this committee that no, they made a mistake.
No, that's why I say you don't understand me. Those people was parking there before this regime come. They were parking there for auction. But after when this government came, they couldn't have access to show them their parking before.
But how do you know that?
How
do you know that those vehicles were parked there for auction? Before the government?
Sometimes they said it to the general public there was auction, but that auction has been cancelled. All people was parked at MSA.
And this was told to the general public how?
For me, I had it through, because of auction, everyone knows that you had it through the radios. Because some people who focus on this auction know there was an auction being cancelled, and those people was parking at MSA. Those are government vehicles.
So you heard it from the radio that those vehicles were government vehicles?
I'm not saying government vehicle. I said auction. When they are doing auction, they say it over the radio. But government vehicle is Server himself who defined that these vehicles are government vehicles, these vehicles are Yahya Jammeh's vehicles. Because as you can see, the way they park them, you can automatically know these are Yahya Jammeh's vehicles, these are government vehicles that they're about to auction, but they're not.
Okay, so let me understand this. As soon as you got to MSA, the way they were packed, it just communicated to you that this is this is that.
Yes.
But you didn't meet Sediba that first day.
He's the very guy who tell me, as I said to my statement, he's the very guy who tell me these vehicles in this side. I don't know when you go to Kotu, right? When you enter right away, Kotu.
I believe you received me in Kotu.
Okay, thank you. When you get right away, Kotu, you start from far right. You go up to those helicopters.
My question is, you've described that already. I have a perfect scenario in my head of how the cars were packed. But I'm trying to figure out how you already knew the categories of vehicles on that first day when you did not meet Sediba that first day. And from this letter, Mr. Mfamara Sediba, in fact, denies ever briefing you of such. In fact, he just met you on one fateful day in November and found out that you had chipped away most of his vehicles alongside with your accomplice, Mr. Lamin Susu.
That is his own statement, but I say it's false.
You say it's false, but then you also make another statement to say that it is him who told you that these are government vehicles and these are Jammeh'S vehicles.
Jammeh'S vehicles, yes.
But it's also him who is telling the commission and now the committee that you forcefully went into MSA and cannibalized vehicles, took away vehicles.
That's false.
You're still insisting that that's false?
That's false. I cannibalize, and I will never deny. And the way I cannibalize, if you ask me, I will tell you why I cannibalize it. But forcefully take Kotu, I don't have that power.
All right, so we have established that you definitely tampered with
government vehicles.
With some vehicles, yes.
Some government vehicles.
Yes.
Yes.
Do you know how many?
There's one Pajero from disaster, and then there's a pickup, and there's one Hyundai from Sport Council. There's another one van. This van is still with RVDH. They are using it, and the vehicle that he's saying, that one we took it out. That one is right. That is right. Those are the vehicles that we give out to the army. Those are military vehicles.
Okay, let me stop you there. What we have established for today, Honorable Chair, please correct me if I'm wrong, let me not put words in your mouth, is that as a matter of fact, the witness, Sergeant Adama Jagne, did in fact cannibalize vehicles that were parked at MSA. That's a fact.
At the government vehicles.
I'm not categorizing them. I'm saying you cannibalize vehicles.
Okay.
We will proceed to categorize them on a later date. Mm-hmm. But that's a fact. That's the fact what we have established.
Okay.
That vehicles were cannibalized by yourself and Mr. Suso.
That's fact.
That's a fact, right?
That's a fact.
Okay, that's on record. Honorable,
as time is now going well after 2, that is when we have time to reach at a convenient point. We can allow you to do
that's
that.
why I wanted to establish this as a matter of fact, and then we can go on for break. I don't even think there's time for the members to ask. If I plead with the members, the witness will be back on Thursday, and we'll prioritize the witness, if I can plead with you.
Yes.
I know, Honorable. No. If the chair wishes, you can go a 10 minutes because the other witness is already in,
What are the vehicles?
and we have not gone to lunch yet.
I mean, they can ask. So I think we'll reach a compromise, and then you take your turn on Thursday, so that you can have ample time. But I can promise you Thursday definitely will do that. Okay. Okay, let's conclude then go for break and then we will.
So we break here? Okay. Yes, yes. Okay. The witness had something he was saying. Yes or no?
Yeah.
No, no.
The 8th August 2017, when Mr. Njai was not allowed to enter inside MSA, in the letter you were reading. Yes. Who stopped him from entering?
Let me read the point again. Who was contracted by the Ministry of Works, dated 8th August 2017, to assess Kotu Central Workshop on former President vehicles and machines to come up with a recommendation for its revival, are not allowed entry at some point into the complex by the occupants, and they interfere with their operation, which was put to the team during the meeting. It is the witness and his accomplice. No, we have not gone into that yet. We have not gone there. Yes, he did not finish. He confirmed the cannibalization. Yes.
At this point, we'll break and come back. Oh, you want to say something?
Yes, he was saying something when we were discussing.
No, what I was saying, you know, you mentioned that I accept the way I cannibalized, and I say yes. And I said even on those vehicles that are taken away, you didn't mention that one.
Yes, that's what the Honorable mentioned. There were different issues. We will go through those issues. We have dealt with only one issue, which is the cannibalization, that you in fact cannibalized.
I did.
We will do the other issues later.
Oh, okay.
All right.
So at this point, we'll break and come back at 12:30. 3.
3:30.
1 hour. Okay. So, 7:30 to 3. Thanks.